Hello and welcome to the splendid island of Swordfish. You are so welcome here on one of the most beautiful islands in all of Paradiso. We have wonderful places such as San Davido, San Paquesio, Puerto Dorada, and of course Emerald Bay, and the delightfully, gigantically beautiful Manhood End. But of course, no visit to Swordfish Island would be complete without, of course, a trip to the wonderful sacred village of Swordfish, home of Church of the Swordfish FC, playing at the Tribute Arena. Those of us who remember the dizzy heights where they were in top flight football in 2025-26 of the Paradisian League. Oh, what days they were and how we savoured them. And if you're interested to imbibe and absorb the culture of the Church of the Swordfish FC, of course you would be following that of Rad Prince, the wonderful physio with his miracle hands and his wonderful centre-back capabilities. Of course he left us for some scummy club elsewhere. But despite that mishap, Church of the Swordfish FC is a wonderful place to come and spend a day trip on your holidays. Come see football played in all its glory at the Tribute Arena. We invite you to come and enjoy Paradiso for all it's worth.
Welcome back, and we are straight into the action. It's the two legs against Mimosa San Davido. This is the biggest team on Swordfish Island, one of the biggest teams in Paradiso. They're in the Swordfish Cup. If we beat them, the way to the final is open. But if we beat them is a big old if. So I think we say the pressure's on them. I think that's a wise move. If you haven't watched the last video, you'll have to see the transfers and the rundown of the team. We've got a lot of players that don't like big matches. In some ways, maybe taking on the biggest team in the first round is good. It's not a big match. On the other hand, it's local derby. We'll have to see. I'm also interested to see how that centre-back partnership establishes. I'm really hoping that Montenegro and David Henshaw are just great together. We've got a younger player, older player, both quite physical, great leadership. They're kind of where the heart of the mental attributes are. Middle of the team is kind of lacking, but then there's four of them, so we'll see. This is the home game. We could well get battered here. I think if we come away with... Do we try and come away with a draw? I think we have to win. We'll see if we can catch them in pre-season a little bit tired and off their mark. But they're applying the pressure initially. Sawyer... But Travellers intercepts. That's kind of what he's supposed to do. Float around the midfield. He's Vera. Not a lot from Vera. Not a lot from Vera. He might be coming off for Barracuda, but we'll see. Clock is ticking. They're playing a 4-2-4, which is kind of funky. It looks like those two central midfield. I mean, yeah, those central midfielders are dropped very back. So that's kind of a more Italian-y type two defensive mids formation. In theory, that should give us a great deal of space in the middle of the park. So if we play through the middle, I don't know. Well, we've got the ball anyway. Come away with a 0-0, that's not bad, but we would then have to snatch something in the away leg. Lovely kits for both these teams, by the way. As we move up the pyramid, I feel like the kits just get nicer and nicer. Let's say that was a good first half performance. There's nobody that's looking really bad. Howis, potentially. Francois. Montenegro performing badly, unfortunately. But, you know, we haven't conceded. We are on attacking here. In fact, the XG is slowly sliding in our favour. So maybe, just maybe, we can nick something here. But now Das on the attack for Mimosa. but Durkin intercepts. Clark. Vera tries to find Howis. Howis is kind of in a lot of space, but not in a helpful position, but it's brought back in, and Durkin has scored! Ryan Durkin! There is a reason that the top teams in Paradiso want to sign him, but unless the board sell him from under me, and I don't see why they would with all of the transfer budget we've got, he is with us for a year at least. Beautiful stuff. Haslam should have done far better, but that gives us the lead against rivals Mimosa San Davidio, and you know what? A well-deserved lead. I'm going to pause it here and see how many substitutions we can make. I'm not a huge fan of Vera being so tired, so I might take Vera off. And then I'm looking over here and I'm thinking, ideally, Francois probably should come off. I'm not sure who comes on for him, though. Braga, maybe? Quesada. Both of them kind of lacking any kind of impetus. Maybe if we get Fraga on and we kind of shuffle the formation around a little bit, we tell him to pull back, defend, simplify his instructions a little bit, and tell Quesada to attack a little bit more at the other side. Hopefully he won't get too far in the way of Clark, who's also having a great game. House is the obvious player to change as well as we approach the last 10 minutes. So we don't have a lot of options. Yates is probably the best option. We have a look at Yates. Can't finish to save his life. He wants to be pressing forward on defend. He'll have to settle for being a poacher. Or maybe we play 2 pressing forwards. We could play him as a pressing forward on attack, and then maybe tell Durkin to get a bit more involved. I feel like Mimosa are kind of playing into us, but they're now going to see what they can do in this last 10 minutes to ruin our day. Das with it wide. I don't know what tactical changes they're going to send. They're overloading us massively, and McLaughlin is in here. There's no VAR. Oh, Donaldson makes the save. Lovely reach from Donaldson. We make our substitution up front. Obviously, players will be coming back from fitness. Barracuda bringing it forward. Barracuda. That is a bad tackle, but apparently doesn't result in a yellow card, which is uncomfortable. I don't think we go defensive. Part of me wants to go counter-attacking, but then part of me thinks we have our control of this game. Henshaw tries to find Yates with the clearance, but doesn't. Froggatt to Elliott, out to Palmer. They're spreading it around quite nicely. They're getting into their groove now. This might be what we see of them in the second leg away from home. Goalkeeper, oh my word. And that presumably is a goal. Is it? It's offside! Oh, only just. Should I be closing the door? Maybe I'll go cautious. 10 minutes to go. Clark. Goodness me, I thought we were going to get a goal then from that free kick. That would have been something else. The blue is a gorgeous colour. You don't often see that from football teams. That lovely turquoise. Swordfish turquoise. Oh! And Montenegro is made up for his bad defensive performance by scoring from a set piece. We are 2-0 up against Church of the Swordfish. Sorry, we are Church of the Swordfish. I've only just got here, you'll forgive me for that. We're 2-0 up against Mimosa San Davidio. What an upset this would be. 4 minutes to go. We kind of want to just park the bus, right? I mean, I'll drop some praise. They're going to go hell for leather now, presumably. O'Keefe. And that is the immediate reply. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate, but hopefully they won't get a second. I mean, whose fault was that, really? It was kind of Montenegro's fault. Even though he scored, the positioning there was very, very bad. And so in some ways he may have got us a goal, but he's kind of lost us a goal as well there. Not ideal. I think we try and live on the high of that game. We're excited. I think that's a good show, to be honest. And I guess we've got a week to work out what to do in the next game. Maybe we can make some tactical tweaks to see what we can do. But feeling pretty confident, and we'll be back for the second leg. Okay, we're back. We've not made many changes to the team. We go to the team selection. The only change I've made is Yates gets the nod up front instead of Howis. We're missing a player on the bench. Leo Hare, maybe we could bring him in. Not sure he's quite fit, but we'll see what we can do. Yates lacking the max sharpness, but we should be able to nurse him through. The only other change I've made tactically is the change to trigger the offside trap. We're going to do the underdog team talk. I have faith in you. A little bit of aggression from the strikers. I don't want our pressing forwards always getting sent off. But yeah, we're off to Mimosa San Davidio. Big old stadium. We're going to start on positive. It's kind of my intention to then maybe switch to balance, but I think our best bet is to kind of come out strong and see what we can do. Francois, oof, should be quite good up front. Our defense is quite, our midfield is quite like small and pokey and technical, but we do have big boys at the front and the back, so we'll see. It's not quite a kit clash, but it's not the most obvious kit issue here. Oh, that was poor. And if that is onside, our lead has immediately evaporated in the first 6 minutes. I'm not sure who was at fault for that. Probably the left back should have got there. Quesada, yeah, he should have just cleared it into touch. But equally, the marking from David Henshaw there, or was it Montenegro? Montenegro was not great. In fact, though, what were they? I mean, they were in the wrong position, so that's a bit weird. Yeah, not great. So immediately our lead has disappeared, but one goal will put us through. And that clock is ticking. We'll drop and encourage. Obviously, another goal from Mimosa will concern us greatly. Looks like we might coast to half time. You've not been good enough to get it together. The response, pretty good, so that's something for us to push with. Obviously, we might take some plays off. I need Ryan Durkin to do a bit more. Maybe making him an attacking playmaker was a mistake. Yates also not really doing a lot. Possibly we should get him a bit more involved. Tell him to be a pressing forward as well, just kind of put some work on their lines. Holbrook having a disappointing performance as well. It's kind of like a reverse of the last leg. Some of the players that had good performances aren't really turning up today. And now this would be the killer. I think it's onside. And we have to make a change now because the cherry blossom is blowing in Mimosa's direction. That's 2-0. We could drop Travellers back, bring on Matthews maybe. Instead of the Carrilero, we'll put him on attack. It's a little bit more aggressive through the middle. The third from them will kind of bury us. Obviously, if we can get a goal back, that puts it to level in the tie. It's kind of always been the case, but Pencilwood. We could do with, I mean, I don't know what our tempo is like. It's kind of standard tempo. Playing through the middle and hitting crosses early are kind of contradictory, but the point I'm trying to make is just get it up to the big men. Durkin, he's got the quality. Oh, Durkin. The goal he gave us in the first leg was so good. Now from the set piece, we should be dangerous here. Can't really see it because of the camera angle, but Barracuda picks it up. It might be worth having a very quick look at the set pieces. So I'll do that off screen. Just for clarification, Frank is licking his legs in case you're concerned about what he's doing. We'll just leave it at that, shall we? Yeah, look at this. We've got a 6'4" striker staying back on set pieces. That's bad. That's very bad indeed. Okay, corner changes have been made. We probably also need to go attacking at this point. I know it's a huge risk. Is hitting crosses early good? I don't know. Like set pieces maybe. We need to up the tempo, and we also need to up the lines. Let's really push them with that higher line, with the pressing forwards, physicality. Is this a free kick to us? I believe it is. Clark. It's very close. Ah, he scored! Luke Clark, what a signing! Ignore the stars. He is a superstar. Amazing. Luke Clark with a beautiful free kick. Beautiful free kick. Has brought us right back into this game. Do we just stay on attacking? Why not? Oh no. No, I shouldn't have stayed on attacking. Go to positive. McLaughlin. Oh, Donaldson makes the save. 5 minutes to go. Oh, this would be massive. This would be absolutely huge. Barracuda! Oh, I thought he was going to get on the end of that. God, Haslam standing there with Barracuda bearing down on him. Pretty scary sight. Basically the next goal wins. Crusader gets to it, lobs it forward, but Jones picks it up. Das. They've got the quality. Francois makes the save. Sonnet, Ulbrich. Das. Clear it! Oh! Who was marking him there? The movement from Hinselwood. It was too much to handle. I mean, we should have done better at that point. Oh, once again, it is Montenegro who kind of lets the side down with... He might be physical, but not a lot else. We're dropping in courage. Now needs... I said next goal wins. We've got 4 minutes to score an equaliser. Oh, it was so close. It would have been amazing. I'm gonna say you did yourself proud. Oh, we so nearly knocked them out. The run to the final would have been wide open if we'd have managed to get that. We don't get very much money for that either. I mean, the board have got to kind of be okay with that. I mean, let's have a look at Gavin Hinselwood. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Although, Korea, this has been not exactly sparkling. They're a much better team. We kind of... What can you do? We nearly caused an upset. We've got a big old break now. We've got like over a month until we play the Southport Scavengers. Probably come back in November. But that's it for today. Oh. I think we've learnt a lot. I'm cautiously optimistic about this season. Maybe we need another centre-back. Don't really have any cover. Well, thank you for watching, friends. And do leave a comment. Helps the algorithm. Makes me feel better. So I do read them all. And I'll see you next time. As we try to plunder the Isles. It's going to be a long time before we can win some silverware. But let's skip through this season, swim our way like the swordy fish that we are, and yeah, we're all right at the moment. We're kind of one trophy for 2 seasons. First season doesn't count. We just have to win the league now. It's not the Swordfish Cup. We're going to win the league. See you soon.